In this video, I'm going to walk you through a basic works cited entry from a web article. I recommend doing this first before you put it in your paper so that you know exactly what to put in your paper. And again, that will be a separate video. This is just the basics of a single works cited entry. Every type of source that you have will be a little bit different, but you'll begin to see a pattern. Now, this is from a basic article on a web page. If you use the library database through the school, then that will be a little bit different. Not all web articles will be cited like this, but if it is something, it's an article on a website off of the library web page, it will most likely be this. Just make sure you consult your textbook to understand exactly which type of article that you need to cite. So here's a graphic that I have for you. It looks complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. It's color-coded, and I'm going to talk about the colors and go through this with an article that I chose to do as an example from the NASA website. So here's the source information from the article that would need to be used in a works cited entry. First is the title, and this is not in the same order as you will cite it. I'm just making a list of the information. The title of this article is NASA Prepares for Hurricane Zeta. The author is Ellen Gray. Not every article from the web will have an author. Again, the internet is written by ghosts and angels who do not like to have names. Do not put anonymous if you can't find an author, and don't make one up. It either has one or it doesn't. The date that it was published, this one had a date. Again, the internet is very secret sometimes, and there may not be a date. Don't make it up, just leave it off. The date that you accessed it, the date that you opened your computer, clicked away, and found the information. That is the access date. The reason that you need to do this is because the internet is an ever-changing beast. Internet pages disappear, get changed and edited, so you need to document the date that you found the information. And of course, the URL. It is an internet article. You want to take your readers straight there. And the title of the website, this one came from NASA. So the first thing that you need, according to this graphic, is the name of the author with last name first, first name last. In this case, Gray Ellen. Please keep in mind that the punctuation of a works cited entry is very important. Period. The author gets a period after their name. And that is very dramatically off to the right because I had a little bit of fight with the text box, but yours will be nice and tucked in. So the second part, according to the graphic, is in green. It is the title of the article. Most article titles will be in quotation marks. Small things like articles, the names of songs or poems, basically a part of something larger, is in quotation marks. And you put something in italics if it is a single unit onto itself, like the title of a whole website, or the title of a novel, the title of a play, something like that. So in this case, the title is NASA Prepares for Hurricane Zeta. Please excuse that lowercase p. I will fire my editor immediately. Notice that the period is inside the quotation marks after Zeta. Please do not forget that period. I correct it in papers all the time, and it starts to make me grumpy. There should be an end punctuation there. If for some reason the title has an exclamation point, then that's what you would put. Next, according to the graphic, is the title of the website. In this case, NASA. And you can't tell, but that is in italics, just like the example above in the darker blue. Also, boom, a very dramatic comma that's off to the right. It is not supposed to be that far, but again, I had a little bit of fight with the computer, and it won a little. So yours will be nice and tucked in right next to that word. The next thing in yellow, according to the graphic, is the date of publication. And it needs to be in what I call European format with the day, month, and then year. So in this case, it will be 28 October 2020, and would you look at that? There is a comma after, dramatically off to the side. The next thing is the URL, and please notice the URL in the example above in gray does not include the https://. You delete all of that because most websites have it and it's just excess. Start with what is after the HTTPS. In the example in gray above, there is a www. In my URL that is linked in blue on the right, There is no www, so I do not need to add that. All you do is you delete the https:// and everything after that is what you include. So here you go. Beautiful. Except, ta-da, period. Don't forget that little guy. He likes to run away, but bring him back. The very last thing that you need is in that weird pinky maroony color at the bottom, is the date that you accessed the material. Now, if you do any of the citation generators for your essays, it will almost always leave this off, and that is a telltale sign that you used a generator and did not double check it. Don't forget to do this. It's very important. So what you need to do is say accessed, and in this case, my article was accessed 1 November 2020, period. Everybody forgets that period at the end. It's like you do the 95-yard dash and not the 100-yard dash. Don't forget those last 5 yards. That end period tends to be a ghost, but don't let that be you. So I hope this helped with a basic works cited entry from a web article. I have a resource for you with this graphic listed in the resource folder, as well as in the optional resources. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.